I've been trying to rebuild this G.I. Joe Big Trapper from the 70s, and this was very cracked, and after storage for so long it just cracked apart. But I did find this 4-inch pipe downspout from Lowe's, and this is exactly 4 inches. Now it fit really good into this section, but I didn't remove the old, you can see kind of the difference between the larger and the smaller tubing. This is the new stuff, this is the old stuff. It fit right inside there. It's okay for display, but it could pop right back out. I'm not sure I really want to glue that. I'm probably just going to leave the original there and just, you know, for storage purposes, it's a lot easier if I don't connect that or don't glue it in there. But for display purposes and for a temporary fix, until somebody comes up with something better, that can give me some ideas, I think that's what I'm going to go with. So I've just received my replacement sticker set from Cotsworld, and as you can see, these were the old ones that I removed. They are mounted to cardboard. Quite a bit of warping. You can see the new ones. They're a little bit more faded, I guess you could say. Not as crisp, but it's definitely the same copy. Same with the other side. This one cardstock. This one a little different here. Doesn't have the white trim and it doesn't have the number. But other than that, it looks exactly the same. Have all the stickers for the vehicle. One thing I did notice, however, it did not come with this replacement, the seats for the front. I'm not sure why, but need to talk to Cotsworld and find out. But yeah, it looks like all the stickers are here. The only one that looks different to me is the headlights. Looking at the vehicle itself, these are the headlights on the vehicle right now. And I believe those are the headlights I'm supposed to replace, because I don't see anything else that looks like that. So I'm wondering why they're different. So this next week's project is taking this thing apart, taking off all the old stickers, cleaning it, and then rebuilding. Okay, so I just broke down the Big Trapper. I'm gonna give it a good cleaning. Gonna take off all the decals like I did with the ATVs. I was able to take this thing apart while leaving the wheels on. There are 2 screws directly underneath those wheels that separate top from bottom. The second half, though, however, had a lot of glue they used. Once you get those 6 screws out, and again, I did that just leaving the wheels on, because again, I'm not painting this, I'm just cleaning it, replacing all the decals. But once you get those screws out, there was a lot of glue they used, so I'm gonna probably have to re-glue that from top down, and then hopefully be able to get those 6 screws back in. But yep, so we are apart and we are ready to clean. Okay guys, here we are at the sink, giving it a good bath. Just the old soap and hot water treatment first. Finally got it all apart, and this thing probably hasn't seen soap in over 40 years. So gonna get all the decals off and start cleaning. Okay, so I always try to take a picture or video the decals before I take them off. This way I put them back in the right order. Just looking at the Cotsworld stickers that I received, I can see already that somebody on YouTube said they were exact replicas. This one, either you want to put it in upside down or this is upside down, I'm not sure. Sorry about that, but I can definitely see there's some differences in that one, especially to the monitor on the right. There's no blue in it. There's green lights up top for some reason, so that's totally different. And the one on the right should look something like this, and the Cotsworld one is on top. It's close, but not exactly what the original one was like. The center monitor, that looks pretty good. I think that's the same right there. Sorry, trying to hold the phone and do this at the same time. Little differences, but closer than the other 2 stickers. The side stickers, let me just put them side by side here for you. This one, it's brighter, it's clear. Colors are different. Definitely the green monitor went to some blue monitor without any waypoints on it. You got these little dots in here versus that. That sticker's not the same. You got less switches too. There's count 5 on the left on the original. There's only 4 on that one. So yeah, people are saying these are exact replicas on YouTube. I don't think so. I don't think so. This one either was mounted in upside down or reversed, but I mean, maybe there was different stickers for different years when the Trapper came out. I'm not sure. Like I said, I never had this vehicle. But you can see here, if that handle's going up and that handle is gray or black, there's nothing above it and nothing below it, but those are correct. However, the circle for the nut or screw should go there, and that's there. So this would technically have to be flipped around in order for that to work, and then everything's upside down. So I'm not sure. I'm assuming you put it in that way, and that would make these monitors look correct instead of upside down. So maybe that one was improved on. I don't know. And then the big Trapper one on the side. Mine has a big yellow one, and this is the one you get. So I probably like this one better, that it's clear background. It doesn't have that yellow paper, but it's definitely different than the original Trapper one. And then the biggest thing that I saw was the headlights. You can see here, these headlights, what they look like, and the headlights on the paper look like regular car headlights. So I don't know. I mean, I can do stickers and I got to put them on anyway, so these are coming off, but I just wanted people to see this if they're looking for the exact replicas. Cotswold did a close job, but it's definitely not like the originals, unless somebody can comment to me and say their big Trapper had those headlights and different stickers on the side, and that this is correct. You know, maybe they changed their stickers over the years. I'm not sure. Okay, so I let it dry overnight, and now I'm just hitting it with the Goo Gone to get the rest of the decals off that didn't come off. Give it one more wash with probably a fantastic home cleaner or something like that, and then start rebuilding and putting decals on. Okay, so we are all dry now, cleaned. All the decal residue is off of these. I dried them all, and it came out pretty good. The only thing I was thinking of doing, and I'm probably going to do it, is hit it with the Scratch Doctor again. Even though it didn't look very different on the ATVs that I did. There's not a lot of scratches on this, but it is very, very dull. You know, you probably can't tell from the camera, but it's very dull. So I'm hoping just to use the Scratch Doctor more as a like a car wax to shine it up. Let's see, there's not a whole heck of a lot of scratches on this, so but it is very dull, and I like the way it brightened up the ATV. So I'm gonna hit it with that, and then we'll be on to the decals. Okay, so I did one coat of the Scratch, Dr. Scratch, and it did shine it up quite a bit, kind of like a car wax. But again, it didn't take out a lot of the scratches, but there wasn't that many on these pieces. So I do like the way it turned out. It did take that dullness out of the yellow. So now it's decal time. And once again, make sure you take pictures and videos of your previous stickers and where they came off, or either that or look online to make sure you put them in the right place. Again, these headlights are different than the original ones. Some of the gauges are a little different. Not that they're bad, I'm just saying that they're very good quality. But if you're a purist and you're trying to really recreate the exact same decals that were on it from the vintage version, these aren't gonna satisfy your needs, I guess you could say. So, but again, I do love the quality. I'm sure I'm gonna like these on. So just letting those purists know that they are not exactly like the originals. Okay, so I just finished placing all the decals. Again, I really like these decals, don't get me wrong. I think when people hear this, they're gonna be like, Cotswold, you know, I didn't care for them or whatever. Sorry about that, watching some G.I. Joe Chronicles here. So, but I like them. I think they turned out great. And there was no real particular place where it said to place these stickers, so I just kind of went with where they were before. I add that little Adventure Team logo. There are 2 extras. Not sure where they're supposed to go. The headlights are on, probably a little crooked. But both sides of those are on. I kind of like that better than the big one that was on there before. And again, all these logos, all these stickers, everything was perfect, die cut. Can't ask for more. Looks great. So I'm gonna get back to rebuilding this while I watch some G.I. Joe Chronicles here. Thank you, sir. Okay, so I'm down to the final decals on this big trapper. And I had 2 ideas I was gonna do with this. The original ones were on cardboard. As you can tell, once they get wet or old, they start warping. So I was thinking about using this hard plastic, semi-hard plastic. These are dividers used in comic books stores, but it's just, it would have been perfect, but it's just slightly, it's gonna miss the edge of that, but I still think I'm gonna go with this, this plastic and not go with cardboard. Maybe just cut a little extra piece of plastic there and stick it on the end. So hopefully that works and it'll last a lot longer than cardboard. So, according to this gentleman, apparently these are already mounted on some type of thin cardboard, and that's why I can't peel and stick them, because they've already been stuck to something. So, these are actually flimsier than the original ones. So I'm still going to mount these onto the plastic that I cut. Again, this is the thin plastic, and I'm just going to use double-sided carpet tape, I think, to mount those. So this is what the front section looks like. I decided not to glue in the 4-inch tubing that I got from Lowe's. It is a perfect fit. This is the size you would need if you want to replace that. It's just the downspout black tubing. I don't know what you call it, but I was going to glue it in there, but I said, you know, it's easier to store this thing when it's apart, and this will be a perfect fit once I stick it in there. The cardboard it's not a replacement. This is the original cardboard seats. I'm not sure why Cotswold Collectibles does not make the seat section, but I did not receive it. All the stickers are in. And in order to get these 2 screws on underneath the wheels, unlike the ATV where the wheel moves out of the way, this one does not. You're definitely going to need some very small vice grips to get in there and turn that screw. Again, I reinforced the cardboard back parts for the trapper, and it did reinforce them. It didn't make them all that much thicker. It's probably the size of the actual cardboard that it was at one time, and they are a perfect fit. Finally, the finished product. I think it turned out pretty good for never doing one of these before. All the decals look pretty sharp. Brighten it up, definitely. The scratch guard wax, I guess, that I put on there shined it up a good bit. Again, total clean job. Everything's new with the exception of the cardboard seat for some reason. The 4-inch pipe worked perfect right in there. It's a perfect fit. I did get the Big Trapper Adventure comic book that goes with this. The 3D printed laser gun by the same individual that made the 3D printed cage. The decals all came from Cotswold Collectibles. I did, as I showed you, put that on a little hardback to keep it nice and stiff and straight, and that worked perfect. Did not put any decals on the floor, although it does look pretty plain. So yeah, all in all, I think this turned out fairly well for my first time ever. And I think it looks like the Big Trapper is supposed to look. So if anybody's trying to rebuild one of these and has done so, please post it on my comments part. Hit me up on my Facebook page if you have some other pictures you want to share. And as always, thanks for watching. I do have the original vintage card inserts. If anybody needs those, if they want the originals, I do have those. Just PM me. Also, the next project on the workbench, Fate of the Troubleshooter. Stay tuned.